Reddit, what's your most I'm with the boomers on this opinion? I'm not downloading a ducking app to use your menu. And I don't need a goddamned app for every website, shop, or restaurant I visit. Please just put your menu and hours on a normal website and stop trying to clog up my phone. Edit, and have a real website, not a Facebook page or Instagram account. Those might be good in addition to your website, but if the only way I can place an order is through your Insta DMs, just ducking forget it. This is best viewed in our app. No, it's not. Translates to, this is best not viewed at all. Most features in cars should have buttons. Want to turn on your heated seat? Button, not scroll through 3 screens. Crazy that they ban the use of cell phones, but allow the permanent installment of whole tablets. But they have the disclaimer screen not to use it while driving, which is a totally reasonable expectation. You let me just park every time I need to adjust the temperature or want to change radio stations. Not everything needs to connect to the internet or have an app attached to it. I just want my fridge to keep shit cold. I don't understand why we have to bring Wi-Fi into this situation. I don't need a subscription for everything. No, you don't need my phone number or email, just let me buy my shirt and get the duck out of the store. Having to create a username and password to join just about anything online is a royal pain in the ass. Good gravy, this got way more attention than I was expecting. I will check out Password Manager, seeing as it is highly recommended. For the record, I often see boomers much more fed up with computer requirements that require jumping through hoops more than younger generations. I don't think younger generations love these irritating requirements, but if anyone feels this is not a boomer opinion, I really don't have the energy or care enough to argue. Make sure you have one uppercase letter, a number, and a symbol, and it has to be 12 characters long, and it can't be a password you've used in the last month, and we will make you reset your password every month, forcing you to constantly come up with new passwords you will never remember. Don't forget that even if you've ticked the box to remember you, we'll randomly log you out anyway. Sometimes it's faster, and easier, to just plug something in, instead of dealing with Bluetooth connectivity. There's something nice about knowing how to get it connected and being able to physically disconnect. The same applies to networking. Wi-Fi is not a panacea, and it's very much worth your while doing some cabled networking if you actually value your networked experiences. Most petty thing that annoys me is almost all smart TVs have Ethernet ports, but almost every single one is limited to fast Ethernet, which is 100 MB/s. Meanwhile, the Wi-Fi can go much faster. I value my networking experiences, and that's why I want to have a wired connection. In addition, a TV is probably the best case for a wired connection. It's something that never moves and is static and is already tethered to the wall for power. Your options for above fast Ethernet is Wi-Fi or buying an NVIDIA Shield Pro. How much can gigabit Ethernet cost in 2022? TV is getting too dark. Not emotionally, it is visually too dark and I can't see it. Physical keyboards are better than virtual keyboards. And physical knobs and buttons are better than touchscreens, especially with cars, ATMs, etc. I'm still baffled how touchscreens ever made it into cars in the first place. For drivers, the entire driving experience is intended to be tactile so they can keep their eyes on the road, and we have years of design research within and outside of the automotive industry that validate this. Expecting the driver to use a touchscreen to operate the audio and thermostat is about as responsible as installing a hotel elevator without braille legends. The driver will sometimes be the only person in the vehicle who can operate these controls, just as a blind person will sometimes be the only person in the elevator. Music in bars is too loud. Edit to add that I've been a touring musician and live sound technician. I love music, but it actually sounds better at lower volumes, and I want to be able to hear it into my old age. I want to find just one bar where I can talk to my friends without screaming. What? He said he wanted to talk to us without screaming. Who's leaving? Ooh-ha, cool. Smiles and laughs like I know what you said. Where's Doug? Why do you need a hug? Drugs? No, you know I'm in recovery. Screw fast fashion, my clothes should be made to last. I'm not rich, so it's unavoidable, but I'm willing to spend extra on clothes that aren't made of plastic, and I do my best to repair my damaged clothing instead of throwing it out. Teresa documentary on the company Shine. I'm sorry I can't remember the name of it, but it's about the working conditions of the people that make those clothes and it's horrific. Also, the environmental impact from fast fashion is so much higher than anyone would think. My wife and I were watching a Canadian TV show once where they go undercover to investigate different things, I forget the name, but they'd look into anything sketchy, and had an episode about Shine and other fast fashion companies like them. Not only are they horrible working conditions and awful for the environment, but many of their clothes also contain toxic chemicals and heavy metals, and not the good ones like Iron Maiden, either. Basically, by wearing their clothing, you are poisoning yourself. I don't really know if this is a boomer opinion per se, but you don't need to document everything you do and post it to your social media. Sometimes it's better to just live in the moment and enjoy what's happening around you. I feel like we are in this weird time frame where Therese an older generation posting everything to Facebook, middle generation not posting anything, and young generation posting everything to TikTok. The middle generation really can go either way. Half my friends, late 20s to mid 30s, post nothing, the other half is posting daily like Gen Z. I prefer physical menus over QR codes. Standard headlights on new automobiles are too bright. Literally being blinded by every other car during the daytime wondering if their brights are on. Things aren't made like they used to be. Everything you buy now is so cheaply manufactured. Even high-end furniture uses cheap particle board and crappy joinery. We bought a pretty high-end couch a few years back and it's barely holding together. Edit, thanks everyone for commenting and thank you for the award. I've been on Reddit since 2008 and have never had a comment get this much action. I miss appliances you could fix just by hitting it a few times. I too love percussive maintenance. Kinetic calibration. Certain things shouldn't require you to download an app and/or create a whole account, including ordering food in a restaurant, paying for parking, buying something online, sending a parcel. When you're in a public place, you should respect others around you but not being disruptive with your behavior. For example, not playing music on your phone without headphones while on a bus, in a restaurant, etc. If you're walking on a crowded sidewalk, get off your ducking phone. It's not the job of other pedestrians to avoid you while you make your vlog. Awareness of your surroundings is important. I work with software security and the more I learn in this field, the more it makes me allergic to smart home devices. I'm convinced they are for people who don't know how they work, which is what they are banking on. And these devices are most certainly not smart. Along the same line for home appliances. If it needs an app to operate, it's a shitty device and you're making a mistake. Basic home appliances, fridge, washer dryer, etc., do not need a touch screen. Tipping has gotten out of control coming from someone who relies on tips for income. It hurts people who actually should be getting them because now people are extremely agitated about any and all tipping. I was just at a music festival and the guy who exchanges your cash for drink tickets, not even the person who pours the beverage, had an iPad with tip options starting at 18%. I've got quite a few, but my biggest one is: products aren't made to last anymore. Planned obsolescence has to stop. Here's where I differ from boomers: not only is it bad for the environment, it's shitty justification for making terrible products. I am constantly complaining about planned obsolescence. It's even happening to medical equipment, it's getting out of control. I'm not a doctor, but that sounds dangerous as shit. I'm a nurse and it is dangerous as shit. Most of our issues come from manufacturers discontinuing essential consumables when they make a new model, even though the old ones still work, or they will stop doing repairs and maintenance because, oh look at that, we have a new model. We just had our IMED pump manufacturer discontinue our particular 4 line, and switch us to a cheaper shitter compatible line that sucks air in through the side ports, as well as discontinue the Y connectors that go with it. They want us to get the shits with the older machines and upgrade to the new version to get usable lines again. Another example is our thermometers. The probe covers for the older model were discontinued, so we had to buy all new thermometers. The old ones still worked, just cannot be operated without the cover.